I'm Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report, and we are here in Frankfurt, Germany at Leiden Building, where I am joined by Erol from Ledvance. Erol, welcome.
Thank you, Randy.
And Erol is the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, but you've had a recent promotion. Tell our audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm very proud that the board of directors nominated me last Friday to be one of the managing directors of the company, continuing what I did before, responsible for sales and marketing, but I'm really happy that we brought this customer perspective now on the board level.
At a global level.
At a global level.
Okay, excellent. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Now, if I recall, 2 years ago, Ledvance first introduced the new company name Ledvance. How has that gone in the last few years?
Yeah, if you look back, today is our second birthday, so to say. So we are carved out of Osram in the US, known as Sylvania, as a daughter company, and then sold 1 year ago to a consortium of partners. And
led by MLS.
Led by MLS, and this is our new mother, let's say. And since then we started the transformation of our company. You know us as a very solid supplier of lamps and components, but now if you see our booth, it's a fantastic booth, I have to say. We are full general lighting supplier now with a lot of luminaires, and solutions.
Okay. So you're making a heavy bet on luminaires. Why?
We believe that there's a huge potential for us, and our initial steps were quite cautious. We started with the so-called over-the-counter strategy because we were always very connected to the wholesale, to the retail, and we said, let's put something on top on our portfolio, what we had. This was in the beginning very simplified, easy to install luminaires, but now we are growing in this field, and the projection is that in 2025, the luminaire market will be 40 billion euros, and we want to have a very fair share out of that.
Okay, and I assume the lamp and driver business just continues to deteriorate.
Yeah, it depends. When we speak about the traditional part, of course, the traditional control gears together with the traditional lamps, we see a decline, 15 to 20%, depending on the regions. We still see a huge growth in the LED lamps arena when it comes to filament, to decorative, but also technical solutions, more and more smart. But the luminaire business is growing strongly.
Okay. But those bulb prices, those LED bulbs, continue to drop.
True.
Correct?
True.
But I guess if you're doing the smart bulb, that helps with the margins.
This helps us with the margins, and just to give you a feeling to be on par at the same level of last year in euros or dollars, you today have to sell 20 to 25% more in pieces, and this is a ratio where you always have to work against, but still also in euro dollar basis, our business is growing in LED.
So let's go back to your fittings and luminaires, because I think of you mentioned over the counter, right? I think of you as kind of retrofit, replacement type products, but now are you telling me that you have a complete product line? Industrial products?
Industrial, office, all kind of solutions that you can imagine. You can see it nicely on our booth in the different applications and the showcases, and more smart solutions. And this is a strongly growing business, and our calculation already today shows us that we are among the top 10 in Europe, after 2 years in the luminaire business.
Wait, let's back up. The top 10 in Europe in volume, in dollars, in units, what are you referring to?
In euros. In euro.
Okay, in euros.
In euros, we believe.
You're in the top 10.
In the top 10 already after 2 years.
Where do you fall in the US? Do you have any idea?
In the US, we're a little bit slower on the start. It's very sustainable, also with our strong wholesale partners. But we had the jump start in the European area, but also in the emerging markets. When we speak about Latin America and other emerging territories, our business already consists 30% out of luminaires.
Wow, congratulations
on
that.
It's huge, yeah, it's huge.
Now,
thank you.
Back to the US, if I understand correct, Ledvance is one of maybe 2 large companies that has a direct sales force. Tell us about that strategy of having a direct sales force when most of your competitors go through reps.
Different than others, our strength was always not only in Europe but also in the US to go via our channels. So we have the wholesale channel, we have the retail channel. This is our full focus, and here we are 100% loyal, and we are doing a different system than our competitors do, and this is highly appreciated by our customers.
But it's very expensive to do that.
Yeah, it depends. Also, agents cost money. Yeah,
Okay.
so we find our multipliers via the wholesale, the distribution partners.
Okay, and again, you get 100% of their attention, as opposed to a rep or an agent, you never really know.
And they can calculate on us. They know we are loyal
Okay.
to them, so we are not playing any opportunistic game.
Right, and see, I think the fact that you're offering a full basket of products really makes a lot of sense for a direct sales force. When you only had a few products, I don't think it made so much sense.
Exactly. When you see our past, I talked about it, it's lamps, it's components. Now we have the full luminaire range, so you have the full basket. And there are only 2 companies in the
Right.
world who have the full
Right,
basket. Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's speak a minute about MLS. It's a consortium of companies, but MLS is kind of the head company. What synergies do you have with MLS?
Yeah, you talked about the consortium, and maybe
Right.
it's very close that we will have only one owner in a very near future. So let's say it's not months and quarters, but more weeks that we expect that MLS will absorb the shares from
Okay.
the 2 other consortium
Well,
partners.
We've been following that story, and we thought it would have happened by now, but it hasn't.
No, we are fully on time plan, so the schedule was always like that.
Okay, very
Didn't
good.
change, didn't
Okay,
change.
so when that happens, does it change anything?
It changes because the motivation to invest together, to develop together, goes up. Yeah? So it is only one partner, it's only one owner, and we can discuss everything with them. And you've met the guys before, they are
Sure.
very aggressive, they are hungry, and
Right.
the ambition is quite high. I don't know if you remember what they said last time.
Tell me.
The number one
Oh, yes.
in global
Yes.
general
Yes,
lighting, yeah,
yes.
nothing less than that.
So let's speak to that,
Yeah.
because there is a rumor that we are following that says MLS and one other company are interested in General Electric.
Ooh, this is bold. I cannot comment on that, of course, because I cannot know.
Okay. It would be very interesting to see how that plays out, and that's a story that we'll continue to follow. Okay, talk about Light and Building. Why is this show so important to you?
You know, as a German, European company, this was always our core, our home basket, yeah? And where we always showed innovation and gave an outlook on our strategy. And for us, as a 2-year-old startup with
Right.
more than 100-year history out of
That's
the
like
Osram world,
a 2-year-old startup with a 100-year history. I like that.
with 2 billion euro global business.
Okay.
For us, this is always the jump start into the new strategy. When we say we have innovation that we want to roll out for the rest of the season. So the next step will be the Light Fair in
Okay.
Chicago. It will be Guangzhou Light Fair. But always for us in this cycle, the Light and Building comes first.
Okay, and what are some of the products or technologies? Tell our audience 1 or 2 that you're rolling out here.
Yeah, you mentioned already the expansion of our luminaire range. We have fantastic innovation when it comes to industrial solutions, so high bay with DALI. Or if we go on the consumer part, for example, everybody speaks about smart. We have, I believe, we are the only company on this fair and globally have smart filament lamps.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, it's a filament bulb, yeah, looks like
Right,
an
sure.
incandescent, but LED based, and it's smart.
I can control it on my phone?
You can control it on your phone with Amazon
Okay.
or with your iPhone on Siri basis.
All right, last question. What's your thought on IoT, and do you have a particular software that you think will win the game?
You know, we are open, we adapt to the big players, yeah, to the Googles and Amazons and Apples. I believe this technology has a future, but it still has to find its standards. So we are very flexible and we can adapt to every system.
Okay, so for our audience that's here in Frankfurt, what is your booth number? Where can they come see these great products?
We have the most famous Festhalle booth, so this means the German celebration hall. And we
Okay.
have a celebration
Okay.
with Ledvance.
Okay, excellent. Erol, thank you so much.
Thank you,
it's
Randy.
a real pleasure to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Looking forward to
Okay.
see you again.